Hello and welcome to another video as I take you through my 1970s stuff. Now this is a Corgi toy catalogue from the late 1970s. In fact, this one's from 1980, it says on the back there. But I remember I used to pick these up in the late 70s and early 80s from the local toy shop. And I'm not sure how long Corgi produced these catalogues for, and I'm not actually sure of the frequency that they produced them. It may have been once a year, it may have been twice a year, but I do remember getting them every so often from the toy shop when we used to go down there. And I used to like them because you would look through the catalogue and they would show you obviously the whole range of vehicles that they had, and some of these they would have in the shop, but there was other ones that they didn't have, and you'd go around to different shops and try and source them, or even ask the shop if they could order that particular model in. But it has all the latest things from that era, like Buck Rogers and James Bond, I think from the Spy Who Loved Me film, Spider-Man, Superman. At the time, 80s, I mean, the Superman the movie had been out for a few years. Superman 2 was probably out at that point. So Superman was quite popular. Batman always popular. They were still showing Batman on the TV, and also the Incredible Hulk with the Incredible Hulk TV series. So all of this stuff was kind of around at the time, along with the cop dramas like Starsky and Hutch and The Professionals and Kojak and The Saint. So yeah, these were interesting, these little catalogues. I remember taking them into school, and you kind of sitting there with your friends and looking through and saying, oh yeah, I really want that, and I've got that, etc. So we weren't really interested in sort of the standard police cars and fire engines and ambulances, but it was more for the television series vehicles. So you'd watch the television series like Superman, Batman, and then you'd play with the vehicles after. Although really in the, some of these series, some of the vehicles didn't really appear very often. Yeah, it's quite a nice little catalogue showing the range of vehicles that you could get. Yeah, I don't think I ever had any of the construction vehicles or any of these ones. I think we, as I say, we were just more interested in the sort of superhero or TV series vehicles. But these at the back, these are the mini vehicles. So I remember having the James Bond Lotus and the Moonraker space shuttle. There we are. I never had the Buck Rogers small one. I had the Buck Rogers larger vehicle, and the Spider-Man helicopter. I remember that. Oh, and Blake 7, the Blake 7 Liberator. And one thing I could never understand in these catalogues, you had the Blake 7 Liberator like that, which I incidentally I always wanted, but I could never get it at the local toy shop. It seemed to be out of stock all the time. And they didn't really have a great selection of the smaller vehicles. They used to sell the larger vehicles more. But yeah, the Liberator there, and then later on, somewhere in here, there is another Liberator. There we are, but completely different colours. So it isn't white. It's grey with a yellow sort of head or cabin. And yeah, I used to wonder at that. Think, why have they got that? What's those colours all about? Because obviously on the television series it was white, like the first one. So yeah, I think there was a little bit of artistic license going on. I think sometimes these companies, they would produce these toys, these vehicles, and then they may change the colours if they thought, the colours weren't very appealing to kids. I know that was a case with the Space 1999 Eagle Landers, which in the TV series were white, or the Eagle Transporters. And yeah, when Dinky Toys released them, they released them with a green and blue cabin, although there was a white one. But yeah, I think they thought that it wasn't very interesting for kids if it was just plain white. But we wanted authenticity. Oh, there it is again. There's the Liberator. But yeah, we wanted authenticity. We wanted it to be exactly the same as it was on the TV series. So, you know, anything that's any different, it just seemed odd. But yeah, I do remember these sets. I remember the James Bond set that you could get with the vehicles. I already had the Space Shuttle and the Lotus, so I didn't bother getting that. But there was actually another helicopter, I think, the black one, the Drax helicopter. So although here it's shown with a white helicopter, I think there was a black one as well. But yeah, I had the small Batmobile and the small Batcopter, but I never had the small Batboat. Something again that I did want, but it didn't seem to be in stock in the local shop, so I probably should have gone elsewhere. But yeah, quite an interesting little catalogue just to look through. There's no prices in here, so I couldn't say how much they were. I can't even remember how much they were at the time. But yeah, it's quite good to look back on and see all the stuff that you used to play with. I remember some of my friends used to have some of these vehicles, the Explorations line. But I don't think I was that interested because they weren't really from a TV series. I don't think I wasn't really bothered. But I think this is the only one that I've got. I haven't managed to find any others. But I used to remember there wasn't a great deal of variation in the catalogues. You know, they may produce this one, then they'll produce another one, possibly a few months later, 6 months later, and it'd have pretty much the same range of toys in there. But yeah, quite a nice little little thing to have, a thing to keep. There we are. Good. Okay. So, thanks very much for watching.